Hi, everyone. Mr. Hawkins with the Tech Rundown, and today Apple released iOS 27 Beta 3 to developers. This update was released alongside iPadOS 27 Beta 3, macOS Golden Gate 27 Beta 3, watchOS 27 Beta 3, and visionOS and tvOS 27 Beta 3. Taking a look at the file size, it was 2.3 gigabytes on my product red iPhone 12. Now let's go into settings and take a look at the build number. So within settings, within software updates, and we tap on more details. As you can see here, the build number is 24A5380H. That is the build number for iOS 27 Developer Beta 3. Now, as far as what's new within iOS 27 Beta 3, there really isn't a ton of new features, though there is a couple. And the first one is within shortcuts. Within shortcuts, you used to would have a blue create new shortcut button. Now it's been reduced to just a plus icon. So that is a new change within iOS 27 Beta 3. And also for devices that support Apple Intelligence, while this isn't showing up for me as this iPhone 12 does not support Apple Intelligence, you do have a new feature where you have the option to switch between describe a shortcut and shortcut editor. So that's only for Apple Intelligence, iPhone 15 Pro and newer, if you have those devices. The next feature is within Apple Music, and while I don't have a music subscription, this won't even show up for me. But they changed how, if you have songs favorited in Apple Music, they will no longer have a circle or outline sort of around the favorite icon. Small change in iOS 27 Beta 3. Though again, that wouldn't show up for me as I don't have an Apple Music subscription. I just listen to radio on Apple Music. As far as any other features, they've made some minor updates to the clear icons where they don't have sort of outlines around them, though that's a harder change to tell with this particular update. Other than those features, it doesn't bring a ton of features within iOS 27 Beta 3. However, there is an update. If you have food, it will sort of give you sort of the nutrition labels. I do have some pictures of food that I took within the journal app. And within this picture of food that I took about a while ago, we have an option down here, and you really have to pay close attention to it, where it will sort of give you nutrition labels about the food here. I don't know why that's popping up like that. So if we go into it here, we have all kinds of results about sort of the food. This is a new feature in iOS 27 Beta 3. If you have a picture of food, you can now look up sort of what it's about, different things like that. So that is a really nice change in iOS 27 Developer Beta 3. Now, as far as splash screens, I did get a couple splash screens. In fact, I got one when I went in to Find My. I got another one within Apple News. That is not a splash screen. That's part of the video. Though I got two splash screens. I did not get any splash screens in Podcasts, the App Store, or Apple TV. If I go within the Home app, no score, there is a splash screen. So within the Home app, there is a splash screen here as well. Let's see if we get one in Apple Developer. We give it a second to load. There is no splash screens within Apple Developer. As far as performance, well, iOS 27 Beta 3 performs pretty good, except now it's definitely laggy and choppy. That's because obviously I'm using this device. The thing about iPhones is when they get warm, it can be laggy and choppy, and I'm using my Wi-Fi, which is a little bit slow, so just bear with me. Now you can see here that it is incredibly laggy and my iPhone is throttling. That's a common thing with devices when they get overwarm or overheated rather. But for is device indexing. So that was on the iPhone for 2 weeks. It took from beta 1 to beta 2, 2 weeks to change it. Though I think this time it's going to be a lot shorter, and I'm going to explain why in a moment. However, if we click on the link, some creators said it isn't working properly. And I definitely can confirm that it is not working at all, unfortunately. As you can see, that lag is pretty terrible. Now, as far as when to expect the next update from Apple, well, the next update is the iOS 27 public beta. And I would expect that the week of July 13th. Now, I don't know exactly 100% when I will be going on my vacation. If you haven't watched my second channel, which I just celebrated its 1-year anniversary, I will be going to Virginia. However, I will still be making content while I'm down there, especially content like this, because you definitely know Apple will be dropping tons of beta software whilst I'm there, and I will be making loads of content. So most likely, if the public beta drops whilst I'm down there, you guys will still get a video, though when I will release it is hard to say. And I would expect the public beta on the 13th of July. At the same time, this is why I say the indexing that is currently back on the iPhone will not stay for long, as Apple will not only release the public beta. Usually when we get the public beta, it also equals a developer beta 3 revised beta. Basically, we will be getting a re-release of iOS 27 beta 3 with an updated build number. So the current build number of 24A5380H will probably be updated. This is probably a guess, probably to 24A5381H or whatever Apple updates the build number to. We will get an updated build number with maybe one different number or maybe a couple different. It will be the same as the public beta. So that's why Apple will re-release beta 3. However, Apple could also do what they did last year. They waited till beta 4 to release the public beta. However, I hope we get the public beta next week instead of at the end of the month. Now, as far as if I will be putting the public beta on my iPhone 14, the answer is still no. I will be waiting till beta 8 or beta 7 to install the public beta. While the beta is stable, definitely stable for a main device, I will still wait, since the public beta will just be a revised version of beta 3, and I do not recommend you put the beta on your main device. Definitely wait till beta 7 or beta 8 to install it then, as Apple is focused more about refining features than adding new software in those later betas. And while iOS 27 is not really a feature-rich update compared to, say, iOS 26 and iOS 18, it's definitely bringing some features, I gotta say, Using this software for a month and or almost a half of a month so far, 3 weeks to a month, I have to say the liquid glass slider, so within appearance, within liquid glass here, we have this all new liquid glass slider, which is a really nice feature in iOS 27. It is a really nice change. That and the floating tab bar, which I really hope Apple does not change. I really like this tab bar within iOS 27, and I hope it stays this way. That is some of my favorite features with this particular update. As far as if you should put this on your main device, obviously you shouldn't. This is a beta. Wait to beta 7 or beta 8. However, at the same time, one thing I forgot to mention, they also released iOS 26.6 beta 4. I will have a video either later today or tomorrow talking about some features. Though keep in mind, iOS 26.6 is a minor update. It's even more minor than iOS 27. iOS 26.6 doesn't bring a lot of features, if any. It really refines the version of software. iOS 26 optimizes it and get people that are running get ready for iOS 27. As far as anything else, well, that's it for iOS 27 Developer Beta 3. If you enjoyed this video, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. My name is Mr. Hawkins with the Tech Rundown, and I will see you guys in the next video. Peace.